What's going on? Oh, I need to fucking loosen my hat because I haven't put my hat on in a while. My hair's grown and it just looks terrible. What's going on, everyone? Just munching on some candy. Raiders, what's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Good afternoon. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Club going up on a Thursday. Even though the words are Tuesday. What's going on? What's going on? Hope everyone's having a good Thursday. I've been having a good Thursday so far. I'm excited. I'm excited for tonight's game. I know on paper, this game sucks. I know. Right? Steelers, Titans, not super exciting, but I actually think this game might be pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited to see if Will Levis can actually do it again because, you know, he's Will Levis. He was a guy that a lot of people were talking about as a first-round pick. Then he falls into the second round. So it's like, will he actually be able to do it, right? He has that one crazy game. He throws 4 touchdowns. Like, oh my gosh. Is this guy legit? We're going to figure out tonight, very quickly tonight, because it's a tougher matchup against the Steelers. So if he ends up being bad, then again, obviously the writing isn't out, right? 2 games, you have 1 great game, 1 down game. Obviously, it's not like, oh, Will Levis sucks, right? But if you have 1 down game after that great game, then it's like, okay, maybe we don't need to just overreact heavily and say that this guy is amazing. But obviously, every single thing when it comes to a rookie player is blown greatly out of proportion. Every single year, right? 1 great game out of Levis, people are ready to throw the Hall of Fame jacket on him, right? So tonight, we'll see if that's true or not. What's going on, everyone? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. I appreciate every single person here that's watching. It really helps me out a ton. If you guys leave the like on today's video, that's one of the best ways to help me out. And if you're new, subscribe. But typically, no one new makes it into the stream within like the first 2 minutes, right? If someone's new, that's kind of crazy. All right. Let's get into it, man. The Mayo Mamba, that's what they're calling him. Eddie, thank you for the super chat. Traded Bijan for Cup and Olave for Mixon. Thoughts? I like the Olave for Mixon move. I am a huge fan of Mixon now that the team is safer, because I talk about this in every single video about Joe Mixon. Mixon's a guy that 100% needs the Bengals to be good. If the Bengals are off to a rough start, then Mixon's probably not going to be able to take them out of it, right? It's not like Mixon back in the day where the team might be struggling and he's still able to run the ball, right? But this year, you watch the games, like when they're down and out, he's just not very effective at all. But now that the team's actually back and now that the Bengals look really good, Joe Burrow looks good, then I think we have a lot more safer version of Mixon. And Olave kind of has to deal with the Derek Carr bullshit, so I'd rather have Mixon. And then Bijan for Cup is pretty much a toss-up, right? How healthy is Stafford going to be? If Stafford's able to stay fully healthy, you made a great trade. If Stafford's banged up and everything becomes a disaster, then that might be an L of a trade. But again, it's not like Bijan's the definition of safety as of recently either. So overall, I think you did a pretty good job on those trades. What's up, Nick and Spock? What's up, Ralph? How you doing? How do we feel about Waddle rest of the season? Pretty confident. I know he shit the bed the first couple games, but I'm not really panicking. Your thoughts on Aaron Jones? My thoughts on Aaron Jones are relatively simple. I think Aaron Jones is a great player. I think Aaron Jones will soon be given the opportunity to carry the ball. The question is, will that be in week 1? Will we see Aaron Jones come out and get all the touches this week? Maybe, maybe not. Before last week's game, Aaron Jones himself comes out and says, hey, media, this is the best I've ever felt. And then you get fucking smacked upside the face with eight carries again. So while I want to go here and sit here and preach the choir of Aaron Jones, because I'm an Aaron Jones truther, it would be insane for me to do that at this point. It would be insane for me to tell you with 100% confidence this week that Aaron Jones is going to go off. Now, I think he could, and I think he should. But I'm not going to sit here and fucking lie straight to your face and be like, yeah, it's guaranteed he's getting his touches back, because right now, I don't think that's a guarantee. For this week, by the end of the season, a week or two from now, he'll be fully ramped up and you'll be happy you got him. That's just kind of how I think about him. Yo, checking in. I'm excited as well. Levis is interesting. Deontay Johnson, DJ Moore, or Myers. I would personally play Jacoby Myers out of that group. I think I have DJ Moore ranked the highest, but DJ Moore is basically, you are just acknowledging that you're not going to get a top 10 game, right? With Deontay Johnson, you can get a top 10 game. With Myers, you can get a top 10 game. I don't think that with Tyson Bagent under center, you're going to get that top 10 game. So I'm going to go with Jacoby with Aiden O'Connell. Deontay Johnson, Josh Downs, Brian Robinson, Tank Dell, pick 2 non-PPR. I would go with Brian Robinson and Deontay Johnson. D-Hop or Collins, I'd go D-Hop. Dude, help me out. This is my team. Mostert, Bijan, Josh Jacobs, Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, DJ Moore, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex, 10-team PPR. What's your lineup? Yeah. I'm going Mostert, Jacobs, Diggs, Moore, Bijan. Your show reminds me of my boys drinking. Bullshit. That's pretty funny. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. That makes sense. I'm just having a fun time on here, shooting the shit with you guys. So I appreciate everyone joining the stream. And if you guys could leave a like, again, that is definitely, besides, if you just wanted to send me $1 million, the best way to help me out is just hitting that like button. Browns D is going to eat. Facts. Downs or Watson? Downs for me. Sup, Nick? Puka, Cup, or D-Hop? I'd play Cup. Tunchi. Going to get PTSD from Myles Garrett. Cowboys, Titans, Steelers defense. I'd personally go with the Steelers. Addison, Higgins, Godwin, and Myers. That's a pretty solid receiver core. If I had to play 2, I'm playing Addison and Myers. That's a lie. I'm playing Godwin and Myers. Patrick Mahomes or Will Levis? Mahomes. Do not overthink Mahomes. If you start to galaxy brain shit, like I know, look, Mahomes, he shit the bed last week. Mahomes was terrible. Downright atrocious. Literally the worst I've ever seen Mahomes look in any game I've watched him. His first ever NFL game was miles ahead of that. He looked like the blind trying to teach the blind there. The whole offense was not working. He wasn't working. It was hard to watch, but you're really trying to think too much about it. You're thinking way too much if you're going to start Will Levis over Mahomes. Now, could Will Levis outscore Mahomes? 100%. But if you play him, you're clearly just trying to overthink things. So don't overthink things. Don't be super cute. Just play Mahomes. Andrew, Kmet or McBride? Kyler Murray's first game back. Is it guaranteed that Murray's back? Kyler Murray. Let's see. Maybe you read something that I didn't. No, it still seems like... let's see here. Kyler Murray practiced in full with the knee. So maybe he plays, but my thought is that Clayton Tune's going to end up playing. Now, again, maybe it's possible that Kyler plays, but I'm still thinking it's going to be Tune. So I'm going to go McBride regardless. Komet had a huge game last week. I'll give him the credit, right? But do we really think he's going to get 10 targets, 10 receptions? Again, right? Do we trust Bagent to do it? I have never even seen Clayton Tune step onto the NFL gridiron yet. And I feel a little bit more confident that McBride is just going to get peppered with targets. So ultimately, even he's not back next week. He's been practicing in full. Yeah, that was my thoughts, that he would come back next week. But again, it's still Thursday, so I guess technically they could name him the starter, but I'm like 99.999% chance sure it's going to be Tune. I'm going to go McBride. They both have upside. They're both risky, but I think McBride is a little bit safer. I just feel like McBride's going to be peppered more than Komet because we have a sample size of multiple games with Bagent, and only in one game did Komet get fed the rock. So I'm going to definitely lean with McBride. So thank you for the super chat. Caleb G, thank you for the super chat. Start 6. Bijan, Jacobs. I don't know why I said Jacobs. Bijan, Cook, Pollard, Allen, Thielen, Devontae Smith, Hawkinson, Deontay Johnson. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 8 guys. Okay. All right, guys, you can't sit. You can't sit Pollard. You can't sit Allen. You can't sit Thielen. You can't sit Hawkinson. So I'm playing. Okay, I'm just going to type it in the chat because this is a little complicated here. I just spilled water on my fucking keyboard. On my keyboard like a jackass. All right, we're going Pollard. We're going Thielen. We're going Allen. We're going Smith. We're going Hawkinson. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. Burgers and fries. Last guy, we're going Bijan. I don't think you can fade Bijan. I think you got to play Bijan. So we're going Pollard, Bijan, Thielen, Allen, Smith, Hawkinson. I get that Hawkinson has a backup quarterback in, right? What's his name? Jaron Allen. But I still don't think you can sit Hawkinson. I don't think at this point in the season you can sit Thielen. I don't think you're ever sitting Devontae Smith. I don't think you're ever sitting Pollard. I don't think you can ever sit Allen. So that's like Bijan, James Cook, or Deontay Johnson. I'm going with Bijan. I like Bijan a lot. I'm still a believer in Bijan. The question is, does Arthur Smith believe in him? And that is more of a topic that we can have. Bajan is terrible. I wouldn't say he's terrible, but again, like if you just take it as it is, right? Bajent, a starting quarterback in the NFL, yeah, he would suck. But for a backup, he's not like that terrible. He's not that bad. Kathy, thank you for the super chat. Kathy Wegel, high, low, photo and video. Video? What the fuck? No, I don't know how to talk. Photo and video. Trey McBride or Jake Ferguson? Thanks. Great question. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm a big Trey McBride guy. Huge on to Trey McBride, knowing now that Zach Ertz is on the IR, it's Trey McBride season. But while I did just answer McBride to the last question, you got to deal with the rookie quarterback, Clayton Tune's first ever start. So what you're just going to do is play Ferguson. I think McBride and Ferguson both have the upside to be top 3 tight ends in any given week. But I'm going to take the safety of Ferguson with the Dallas Cowboys, that upside of, hey, maybe the Eagles versus the Cowboys, a real tit for tat, high scoring, back and forth affair. And I think Jake Ferguson would be relatively involved in that inside the red zone. So I'm going to go with Jake Ferguson personally. Personally going Jake Ferguson. It is close. It's not like Jake Ferguson's here and McBride's like fucking below the screen all the way at the bottom, right? But for me, it's definitely going to be Jake Ferguson. I feel pretty confident in that. Bijan Robitussin. Think I need some Robitussin. Ooh. Chat, we firing D-Hop over Thielen. I like D-Hop this week, but definitely playing Thielen over D-Hop. Lockett or Johnson? Johnson. I wanted to stress tonight, but good call. Yeah, no need to stress. No need to stress. Hey, Nick, pick one to start. Collins, Flowers, Addison, Moore. I would start Flowers. What are 3 sleepers for this week? Tank Dell, Tyler Lockett, Lenny Fournette, Uncle Lenny, Fergalicious. Who is my flex? Pickens or London or Downs? All right, let's look up Drizzy Drake London's health here. Drake London, because I think Drake London's been pretty limited. He remained out of practice on Thursday, and what that tells me is he might not play. So definitely take London out of the equation there. Pickens or Downs? I'm going Downs. I think Pickens is way more upside. So I guess you can make the decision on your own. Do you want the safe 10 points? Go Downs. You want the high upside, 20 plus points? Go Pickens. Personally, I'd lean Downs. Is it smart to play Kamara and Taysom Hill together? Look, don't overthink things. This is another classic overthink, right? I have Kamara. I have Taysom. They're on the same team. Taysom's been smashing the defense. Kamara's been smashing the defense. Don't overthink it. You can play them both on the same team. It don't matter. What's up, Ruben? How you doing, man? Love your show. I'm thinking of starting Howell over Herbert. Yes or no? Do not do that. That's another classic overthinking things. Now, I get the Jets defense way better than the defense that the Commanders are playing in New England. I'm a Howell guy. Howell, right? I sing his praises every single week. But again, don't try to drastically overthink things. It's not like the Jets defense is impenetrable. Now, is this his toughest matchup yet? Herbert, 100%. So I'm not here to just devalue the Jets defense. As a Dolphins fan, I know it's going to be tough when we have to go toe-to-toe with the Jets. But at the end of the day, I'm going to just believe in Herbert. Outside that one down game, he's been very consistent. Pickens or Puka? I'd go Puka. Bench one, full PPR. Devontae Adams. Kupp and Josh Jacobs. What do you think? I'm benching Kupp. I'm benching Kupp, but it is close. Your show's the best, Nick. Thank you. Do y'all ever start a player Thursday night just to have someone watching? No. That's what betting is for. But I did used to do that before I started betting. What's up, Caitlin? How you doing? I think you said go Rangers earlier. Congrats. I think that's the first time they've ever won. Myers, Pittman, Olave, Deontay Johnson, pick 3. I would go Olave, Pittman, and Myers. But Myers and Johnson are pretty close. Did anyone watch the World Series last night? The one thing that baseball is super bad at, thank you, UTN, for the super chat. I'll get to you in 1 second. Baseball is so bad at advertising. I saw in the 9th inning everything that was happening with Texas getting all the runs, and I was like, what? The game's almost over, and I didn't even turn it on. I turned it on at the end, and I saw them win the final pitch, but it's like, damn, baseball, like maybe I'm just dumb, but I didn't see anything about the game until the very end. UTN says, I'm 8-0, but someone offered me Olave, Judy for my Flowers and Dell. Do I accept? I got Goff, ETN, Bijan, AJ Brown, St. Brown, Hawk, and Flowers as my starters. So, thought of mine normally in fantasy, right, is a trade like this that you can argue is pretty close, right? You've got Olave, who's pretty good, right, but has his downs with Derek Carr. You got Judy, who's basically, in my opinion, pretty useless. Like, I know he looked decent last week, but again, are you ever really going to talk yourself into playing Judy? Probably not, right? For Flowers and Dell. Flowers, super high upside. Dell, super high upside. So you're 8-0 right now, right? I don't think making this trade is a guaranteed W for you, right? I don't think this is a guaranteed trade where you walk out of there, cool guys never look at explosions, and you're like, oh, I'm a genius. I won this trade, right? Now, again, could you getting Olave and Judy win this trade? I do think you could. But you're 8-0. You're undefeated for a reason. I wouldn't shake things up here, right? Again, this is a trade that is very fair. This is a trade where neither guy on paper is like backslapping the other guy. So what I would do is just step away from the table. Be like, I acknowledge that the Ravens could get much better. They look really good. Flowers might become more consistent, right? Dell, if Stroud starts to figure it out and play a little bit better, he had it down last week, then maybe Dell's a weekly starter, right? Whereas Olave's a weekly starter that you feel a little risky about, and Judy's a guy I never even want to grace my fucking lineup. So personally, I'm not doing that trade. I get why you would. I don't think either team is necessarily winning this trade. So what I will tell you is that I would just hold back on this trade and don't do the trade. It's not that bad trade, but I would not do it. I blame Rob Manfred. Dog Water Gaming. Ooh, need help in my wide receiver and flex spot. Pick 2. Addison, Johnson, Cooper, Flowers, Gabe Davis. What's funny is, if anyone noticed this year, the running backs, I said it in the running back video today, the running backs in fantasy football, it's like a minefield, right? It's like that minesweeper game, right? And then at receiver, it's like there's just a million receivers, right? Like Addison, Deontay Johnson, Cooper, Flowers, Gabe Davis, right? You need 2, right? All 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those guys, you'd be happy to start. Like, none of these guys, I would say, are like shit starts. Like, these are all guys that are cracking most lineups. So it's like, it's just crazy this year. There's so many injuries to running back. There's so many bad running backs. And then the receivers are just locked and loaded. Very deep position this year, which isn't necessarily always the case. And it is kind of top heavy, though, with guys like Tyreek and AJ Brown. But back on into the point here that we were making, I would definitely lock in Zay Flowers. I think you have to play Zay Flowers. I think Zay Flowers is really good, and I think he has a lot of upside, and I love the matchup for the Ravens this week. And then I would X Addison out, not because I think Addison's a bad player, but because of the quarterback situation with Duran, Jalen, what's his name? Jaron Hall? I have a friend, his name is Jared Hall, Sexy Pats from BDG, but yeah. Fuck, what was I saying? So yeah, I'm Xing Addison out, not playing him, locking Flowers in. Then it's between Addison, Johnson, and Davis. I mean, Cooper, Johnson, Davis. Now, Watson might play, he might not play. I think you just want to avoid that headache that is the Amari Cooper experience with with Deshaun Watson or maybe with PJ Walker. Who knows? So I'd probably just lean with one of the other guys. And in this scenario, I'm going Deontay Johnson. I like Gabe Davis. I like Deontay Johnson, but I'm going Deontay Johnson. Apparently, what's his name? Matt O'Canada, the guy that I shit on all the time, is going to go from the booth to down on the field. Maybe that helps Kenny pick it out. I don't know, but I'm going Deontay Johnson, uber consistent, and the upside of Zay Flowers. So again, I gave you a long answer for no fucking reason. It's Deontay Johnson, and it's Zay Flowers. Don't try to get super cute here. Baseball players were the stupidest people in the school of my college days. I have hated baseball ever since. I never thought that baseball players were that dumb. Maybe it just depends on where you went to college. My one friend from college, like the only friend that I had that like met there. Again, I didn't go to college like where I was at the dorm. I went to college. It's like 15 minutes from my house, and I had one pretty good friend. I had a couple other friends, but like my good friend played baseball for the team. He still plays there. Man's a fucking beast. Will Levis tonight or pick up Minshew? Now rock out with your cock out. This is a question where I'm going to answer it for you, but you also can think yourself about it because you donated. And Hopkins is playing Daniel, yes. So for me, Minshew is the safer option. Minshew's going to guarantee get inside the top 18, probably could finish inside like the top 16, top 12 upside. Minshew's the safer bet. If you're a riskier player, you want the upside, right? Because we just saw Will Levis drop a deuce on the defense, right? Do we really think Minshew's going to be like a top 3, top 5 quarterback? No. I think Levis could. But then you have to recognize, hey, Levis might just be a one-game wonder. Now he's going up against the Steelers, polar opposite defenses compared to the Falcons last week. The Falcons are pretty mid. The Steelers are pretty good. So my answer, normally I go with the more risky option, but I'm going to go Minshew here. Again, if you want to be more, like if you're chasing 20, 25 points at quarterback, go Levis. If you want just the safe bet, get your 15 points, go with Minshew. I'd personally lean Minshew, but that's not that crazy of a question. Ryan Conway, thank you for the super chat. Big D Johnson tonight. Collins and Myers on the bench. I love Deontay Johnson this week. Deontay Johnson hasn't scored a touchdown since Ben Roethlisberger was playing quarterback for the Steelers. I don't know. I hope that lick didn't make a lot of noise when I touched my tongue, but that's crazy. He hasn't scored since Ben Roethlisberger was the starting quarterback. How obscene is that? How obscene is that? Now, I think he's going to have a decent game, but I'm going Jacoby Myers. Bad man, Josh McDaniels gone. Jimmy Guap, get the fuck out of here. It is now Aiden O'Connell AOC season, okay? So I'm going Jacoby Myers over Deontay Johnson. Now, again, I don't hate Deontay Johnson. Shout out to Derek for being the 69th leg. Very nice. But, yeah, I would go with Jacoby Myers 100%. 100%. Penguin02 YouTube. Thank you for the super chat. Should I trade Garrett Wilson and Hall for Pollard and Waddle? Other running backs are JT White and Jacobs. Other receivers are Chase, T, Godwin, Olave, Dell. You know what's shocking, guys? This team is 2-6. A team that has Jonathan Taylor, Rashad White, Jacobs at running back. A team with Chase, T. Higgins, Godwin, Olave, and Dell is 2-6. That is just telling you guys that shit just doesn't go right all the time. In one of my leagues, I have the third most points and I am in last place. Fantasy football is a crazy game. Your team looks good, but I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I'm a huge Breece Hall truther, but I'm doing this trade 100% because now you do not have to ever worry about Zach Wilson, the bad man, doing you dirty again. Zach Wilson is legitimately just taking the value of Garrett Wilson and putting it inside the toilet. You know, like when, what is that called? When like in the old movies, like a kid would be getting bullied in high school and they give him a swirly, right? They put the kid's face in the toilet and they start flushing it, right? That's what Zach Wilson is doing to Garrett Wilson. I love Breece Hall, but I'm getting Pollard. Pollard and Hall are pretty similar. I definitely would lean Hall on the season, but Waddle is levels above Garrett Wilson for me with Zach Wilson. So I'm doing this trade. I'm getting Pollard. I'm getting Waddle, and I think you are going to be able to win your league. Do not panic yet. Again, if you guys have bad records, there's no need to panic yet. Now, if you don't have a single win, then maybe it's time to panic. Like maybe your season's fucked, but there's still week 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Most leagues, you got 6 games left, maybe more. So even if you have a bad record right now, it's not time to jump ship yet. You could still revive your team. And again, you could be 2-6 right now and win your league. I've won my league. I think I started the year off 0-5, won the whole thing. So again, anything's possible. All you got to do is, it's like that Willy Wonka chocolate factory. You just got to punch your ticket there, get the golden ticket, and then anything can happen in the playoffs. These great players can shit the bed. You win your league. It's that simple. So yeah, I'm doing that trade. I'm getting Pollard and Waddle, Mr. Bangwin. Philly need wins. Lamb and Brian Robinson for Walker and Olave. No. Now, this might sound crazy. Nick, Walker and Olave are way better than Lamb and Brian Robinson. Probably what you're thinking. But what I'm going to tell you right now is that Pete Carroll has been glazing Zach Charbonnet. Pete Carroll has been choking on his schlong, talking up Zach Charbonnet this, Zach Charbonnet that, and it is starting to worry me big time about Walker. I was worried in the morning when I talked about it in the running back rankings video. I'm even more worried now, and that was just 4 or 5 hours ago. Pete Carroll keeps talking Zach Charbonnet up. Now, I'm not saying to trade Kenneth Walker for a half-eaten bag of potato chips, right? I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that it's time to start potentially worrying about Walker. And Lamb is on fire. Lamb's looking like maybe a league-winning receiver. Brian Robinson's fine. If you asked me 2 weeks ago, I'm taking this trade. But right now, I'm not looking to acquire Walker unless the Walker owner is panicking. And I don't think the Walker owners are panicking yet. I don't think they know what's coming for him, which might be the 619 Rey Mysterio. So I'm keeping Lamb and Brian Robinson. I get you need wins. I get this. I get that. But I'm sticking with Lamb and Brian Robinson. RJ Bagani. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. All right. 6-2 PPR. Thank you for the $10. I really appreciate you. Or $9.99, if that's how we want to put it. Mahomes, Mostert, Walker, CeeDee, Devonta, McBride, and Jacoby with ETN. Christian Kirk, Downs, Chuba, and Charbonnet on the bench. Trade or hold for better hopes. Gotcha. So your team looks really good. What I'm doing right now is I'm taking Kenneth Walker out the lineup, and I'm throwing... Oh, no, they're on bye. Never mind. I was going to say, you got to throw ETN in, but he's on bye. So what I'm going to do here is try to trade away Kenneth Walker. Now, again, this might just be a galaxy brain move for me. This might be like, Nick, you always say not to overthink things. You're overthinking things. Maybe I'm overthinking things, or maybe I'm correct. It's like that clip from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you know what I'm talking about? When the guy's got the board up, and he's like looking all crazy at the board, like standing in front of it like this. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm feeling like right now. Like in The Sopranos, when they've got the CIA, the FBI, whatever, has all like they've got Tony, they've got Junior on the board, you know, and they're trying to figure out what's happening. That's what I'm trying to figure out with Walker. I'm trying to decode what the fuck is going on in Seattle, because Walker and Charbonnet were a very close split last week. Intertwined. And I'm starting to worry about Walker. Now, in the offseason, if you guys were watching in the offseason, I was a Kenneth Walker hater. And I apologize. I said, hey, Nick was wrong. I was wrong. Like, I'm talking like the third person, like I'm a crazy person. And maybe I'm turning myself crazy here. But I don't want to... Look, if you can get someone for Walker, I'm trading him away right now if I get some good value. Because, again, I'm not trading him for 1 cent on the dollar, but I'm trying to kind of move him away. So based upon your team, though, I think you're fine. You also have Charbonnet. So if for some reason what happens potentially happens, you're set up. So I like your team a lot. I wouldn't really look to do too much. You've got a star-studded quarterback. You've got 3 solid running backs, again, assuming Walker kind of escapes this. You've got CeeDee, Devonta. I'd say your only hole would probably be like a reliable wide receiver too. So maybe you could try and package. What I would try to do is package like Christian Kirk and Devonta Smith and get a bit of a safer wide receiver too. But besides that, maybe trading away Walker. Your team looks really good. You say it's 6-2. Very believable based upon the roster you got. Your biggest hole is tight end. But again, it's so hard to go and trade for the Kelsey, the Andrews, and you're almost paying up too much when you have a McBride who looks good enough. So I wouldn't panic too much. The only guy I'm kind of panicking on is Kenneth Walker. Brandon, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And I want to show you guys something very, very funny real quick while we talk about Brandon's question here. I got to pull up something that I tweeted out that I saw on Reddit today, and this was the most insane post of all time. I'm going to answer Brandon's question first, though. Thank you, Brandon, for the super chat. And then I'm going to show this on the screen. But man, oh man, this was hilarious. And now I look like I'm in like a fucking cave. I'm in the bat cave. But let me show you guys this. Okay. Share my screen. I'm gonna answer Brandon's question first because I don't want to go off on some crazy tangent here. Brandon's question. Thank you, Brandon, for the super chat. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you very much. And thank you as well to the last super chatter, RJ. Again, RJ, the only panic, I would try to trade away Walker and then I try to package Christian Kirk and Devonta Smith for a more reliable wide receiver too. Okay. Brandon, need some roster help / trade ideas for my running back too. Your current team is Josh Allen, Bijan Robinson, Pierce, Lamb, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Jamar Chase, and Kittle. His bench is Ridley, Charbonnet, Elijah Mitchell, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, or 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, full PPR. Thanks. Great question. Great question. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to part ways with one of Lamb, Amon-Ra, or Jamar Chase. Now, you're going to have to make this decision on your own which guy you want to get rid of. Because if we're being honest with you, it's really like splitting hairs here, right? It's really like, you know, if someone in the chat said they liked, the order was St. Brown, they liked best, then they liked Chase, and then they liked Lamb third, right? 1, 2, 3. That's not that crazy. Someone could say it in the exact opposite order. Hey, I actually like, I don't even remember what the order was that I said, but I actually like Lamb the best. My second favorite's Chase, and then I like Amon-Ra, right? They're all not replaceable, right? But they are all guys that are pretty clearly in the same tier, the same cluster together. So you're going to pick one of them, and you are going to fire off trades. You're going to be like, I want Saquon. But look, you can't trade these guys for some schlub running back. So I'm going to just pull up names of running backs. I'm going to get you some names because, again, I don't want to say like a name and then be like, oh, I wouldn't. And if you have to, throw in Elijah Mitchell if you got to sweeten the deal. Right now, guys, I would trade Lamb, Amon-Ra, or Chase for. Personally, if I have to trade any of those guys, I'm getting rid of Lamb because I don't want to deal with Dak Prescott. So I would stick with Chase and Amon-Ra and trade away. If I had to, I'd trade away Lamb. So what we're going to do, and I have Lamb on 2 of my teams. It's fucking frustrating. But the guys I would trade Lamb for, I would be looking for Breece Hall, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, DeAndre Swift. That's it. 5 guys, burgers and fries, and Eckler. 6. Kamara, Eckler, Barkley, Hall, Swift, McCaffrey. That's 7. And look, if they won't do it for Lamb, fucking throw someone else in there. You can throw in instead just Amon-Ra or Chase. It doesn't really matter, right? You still have 2 great receivers. You still have the upside of Ridley. And now your running back 1 is Bijan and your running back 2 is one of those guys. So I don't think you really have to sweeten the deal with extra pieces there, but I think you're going to want to go ahead and trade for one of those guys. Now, John says, I can't wait for A-Chain to return. I would love to trade for A-Chain, but based upon the roster that you have, I wouldn't let go of Jamar Chase for A-Chain, right? I just wouldn't. I wouldn't let go of Lamb or Amon-Ra for A-Chain. So you need to try to get one of those elite running backs. And if you have to throw in Ridley or Elijah Mitchell, fucking do it and get them. Because, again, you really, really, really need that running back. So that's what I would look to do. And maybe you lucked into Zach Charbonnet season as well. But, yes, what I'm doing is I'm shipping off one of those Lamb, Amon-Ra, or Chase. Personally, I'd ship off Lamb for one of those star-studded running backs. And again, just package someone else in if you need to. And I think you'll be able to get that done. Hot take, I'm starting Chuba over Aaron Jones. I don't think that's that hot of a take. But now I'm going to show you guys exactly what I was talking about here. I'll show you guys real quick. Avoid anything Packers offense. Right now, yeah. Right now, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen real quick. And I'm going to show you guys. All right. Did it work? Boom. Okay. I'm all the way down here. All right. So this is what I was trying to show you guys. This is the funniest thing ever. If you don't think this is funny, I don't know what to tell you. So on the fantasy football advice Reddit, this guy writes, guy I'm in a league with is offering Pollard for CMC, and I get to bang his wife one time. Guy in my league is 3-5 and desperate to turn his team around and needs more consistency with running back. He sent me a text that he wants CMC, but there's not really anyone on his team that I want. I'm currently 7-1, so I don't really need to make any changes. He said I could bang his wife one time if I accept this trade and it goes through. Honestly, it's pretty tempting. Is this worth throwing my chances to win the ship out for a chance to bang his wife? What would you guys do? Would you guys accept this trade or no? I don't know. Christian McCuckfrey. I don't know. There's no way this is a real thing, right? This isn't real, but it's very funny, right? This is the funniest thing I saw today. Now, again, I know, Nick, answer the fucking questions, you cocksucker. Right? That's what people are probably thinking. But I wanted to show you guys this because this is hilarious. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen posted on Reddit, except for there are people who posted on Reddit about me before, and I find that to be funny as well. But yeah, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Absolutely hilarious. Is she hot? I'm going to be honest, I don't know. But this guy says he wants to bang the girl's wife, or the guy's wife. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, this is a very funny post. The guy never posted anything again, so maybe I'll keep following this thread and we'll see if anything more happens that we need to talk about. But I thought that was funny. I thought that was hilarious. Like, she's taking one for the team, literally. Exactly. Exactly. She wants that W. Man, that's hilarious. I can't believe, you know what? I guess it's the internet, so like crazier shit than that gets posted, but I thought that was a little absurd for things that you normally see. Like the fantasy Reddit is pretty tame. Only it's like, which running back do I start this week? And then that question was like, would you trade away McCaffrey to fuck this guy's wife? Was the question. Who knows? But it was still pretty funny. Very, very funny. All right. Bro's giving and offering. Fins up. Need one flex. Hendo, Addison, Christian Watson, Jeff Wilson. Or should I pick up Singletary on the wire if Pierce doesn't play? Play Henderson. Saints D or Pittsburgh? Saints D. What's that trade from iDubbbz? That's very funny. Should I drop Dotson to pick up Charbonnet? If you need a running back, yeah. Because the upside's way higher with Charbonnet. Pick 2 PPR, Amari, Pickens, Nico. Sorry if I missed your response. I went to the bathroom. That's okay. I would play, or just making sure I didn't miss any super chats while I was going on that tirade about that Reddit post. That was hilarious. Okay, I didn't miss anything. I would play Amari and Nico, personally. Last time I posted on Reddit, my dad says, very funny. What's the last place have to do in your guys' league? My league, the last place punishment is to make TikToks every single day. So you have to make one TikTok every single day following a trend until you get 1,000 followers or a certain amount of days. So that's the punishment. My friend Mike is 0-7, I think. So you guys will see Mike on TikTok hitting some dances. And I think that's pretty funny. Last year, our punishment, which we're still waiting to do, is the Big Mac mile, which is you have to eat a Big Mac every time you run around the track. I think that's like 4 or 5 times you have to go around the track. So you have to eat 5 Big Macs while running a mile. It's like the beer mile, but I think it's a little funnier because you got to eat a bunch of fucking Big Macs. And then you'll probably never eat a Big Mac again. So that's even funnier. I'm not a huge Big Mac guy, but I do like a Big Mac. So I'm glad I don't have to do that. I've never came in last, I don't think, in any league. All my friends are they seem like they're always like nervous about what the punishment's going to be. You know, if I came in last, that's so much of a disaster because I'll just get made fun of all the time that whatever the punishment is, can't be that bad. If we get Nick to 3.3 thousand followers on Twitter, he'll do the Waddle Selly when the Dolphins score this Sunday. I might just do that anyways. 14-man league. I have Purdy and Murray. I need quarterback help. Who's available? Half PPR flex 2. Henderson, Gabe, Dotson, and defense, Falcons or Ravens. I'm going Falcons. And I'm going Gabe and I'm going Henderson. Good idea to start trading Addison? No, I think Addison's going to be fine right when Dobbs is the starter. Right now, he's going to shit the bed, but I mean, I got to take the win over the wife's box, but I know now I can get it. That's true. That's true. A mile is 4 laps. It's 4 laps, okay. I haven't ran a mile like around a track since I was in high school. So I had no idea. The last time I ran is on a treadmill at the gym. So, alrighty. All right. Mostert nursing an injury. Don't sit him. Don't sit Bijan for him. I think he's going to be fine. I wouldn't worry too much about it. He said he's going to play today. Dude, I just accidentally turned my my flashlight on. It's like, you ever been to like a campfire and they go, ooh, ooh. That's what I just did on accident. Spooky. My big ass cut the track in half when I had to run my mile in high school. Teacher added 30 seconds to my time. I low-key still saved time. Yeah, I was not the fastest kid alive. What's up? Lucky enough to never have finished last. That would be a good one. Loser must get a girl pregnant in a third world country and earn enough money to bring them to the U.S. That's a good punishment. Or just a typical Tuesday for some of my friends. Komet versus Ferguson. I've benched Bijan to further notice. I get it. People don't want to fucking play Bijan anymore. I get it. Now, personally, am I going to bench Bijan? No. But I get it. People are sick and tired of Arthur Smith just fucking us over every single week, right? So that's just how the cookie crumbles here. It sucks. Not Bijan. Arthur Smith has completely fucked Bijan over. Now I'm gonna flip my camera in 1 second so it'll look better. But I just gotta take a picture real quick. Hey, take a flick. What is that from? Is that from Dora? Hey, something. Take a flick. All right. Back on into answering questions here. Just my weekly routine here. Your team. You got Hurts, Godwin, Addison, Ford, Aaron Jones, Kincaid, Myers, kicker. Oh, yeah. Your team looks pretty good, as per usual. Oh, it's from Blues Clues. Take a flick. Atlanta or Tennessee D? I'd go with Atlanta. 7-1 right now. Got to keep rolling, baby. Keep on rolling. Meant to say 1 running back and 2 flexes. Mixon, Pollard, Pacheco, Higgins. I'd go Mixon, Pacheco, and Pollard. Smith, an arrogant coach. I agree. Giants, Raiders, or Falcons defense? Falcons. Drop Miles to pick up Charbonnet. Yes. Steelers or Patriots for defense this week? Steelers. Arthur Smith is worse than Adam Gase. You guys remember when Adam Gase was on like straight up crack? You know what I'm talking about? When he was like at the podium and his eyes are going like this. Right? And then his face was all fucked up like this. And it was like someone made a video of edit. There was like tacos flying around him or something. Maybe that's just my brain being messed up, but I do remember that. It's pretty funny. Yeah, go ahead, Tyron. I placed 1 bet and it was a parlay for tonight. In my work league at school, we're doing a eat a cricket in front of all the students punishment. That's a good one. Yeah, maybe one day, Tyron. Maybe one day. I did like making videos for the NBA betting. Gaze's brain was messed up 100%. Here. Let me pull up. Here, I'll pull up my bet and throw it on the screen if anyone wants to take it. The best place. Oh, no, never mind. I would need to pull up like a bunch of fucking graphics in order to do that. But the best place to bet is Underdog Fantasy. If you use my code, because it helps me out a ton. It's not technically betting, but you get what I mean. All right, let me show you my bet. All right. Dude, my fucking camera is messed up. Oh, there we go. Play Pickens tonight or nah? He's kind of like a mid start. Like if you didn't have to play him, I'd probably stay away. Andrews, Godwin, and Addison for Barkley and Ayuk. I think I would rather have. Oh my god. I would rather have. Sorry, I'm gonna tweet. I'll tweet out what I was laughing at. But I would rather have Andrews, Godwin, and Addison since you already have Kincaid. I would just try to trade away. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about. I am a little bit worried about the fact that I think that the 49ers might just be fucked completely. And that kind of scares me away from Ayuk, if I'm being honest with you. So I'd probably hold on that. All right, I'll take a look in a second, Tyron. Howell or Levis Howell for the flex, Aaron Jones or Tyler Lockett in my pocket. I would go with Aaron Jones personally. Someone dropped Nico Collins. Should I pick him up? Yes, I would. I would drop Josh Downs for him. Trade Mostert and Olave for JJ and Aaron Jones. I wouldn't. I'm not doing that. I don't think that's a bad trade, but I wouldn't do that. Okay. Here's my parlay bet for tonight. Let me throw it on the screen here. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, David? All right. Here we go. Here's the mortal lock of the century parlay for tonight. Bet your whole entire house on this bet. It's guaranteed to hit. That's a joke. All right. We're going Levis over 9.5 rushing yards. D-Hop over 54.5 because Will Levis has revived D-Hop's career. We're going Will Levis over 200 yards. We're going Deontay Johnson over 5.5 receptions and D-Hop over 4.5 receptions. $10 to win 190. Originally plus 1,200, but with the boost thing they got on there, it's plus 1,800. Now, again, is this guaranteed to hit? Fuck no, baby. But maybe it will. I don't think getting a new GM and head coach is going to help. It's got to help. It can't be much worse. Moss, Henderson, or Charbonnet half PPR input would help. I got you. I would go with Henderson personally. Should I trade St. Brown and Kareem Hunt for DK Metcalf and Javonte Williams in PPR? I would rather have... I think I'd rather have St. Brown and Hunt, if I'm being honest with you. If I'm keeping it $150, I'm 6-2. Have Eckler and Kamara also. Oh, well, that's good. Should I trade Evan Ingram and Damian Pierce for Waller and Edwards? Fuck no, baby. Because Darren Waller is useless. I need to drop someone to cover my Niners D. Who should I drop? Pierce, Watson, Montgomery. Oh, I would drop Jeff Wilson like it's hot. Drop him like it's hot. All right, we're going to take my parlay off the screen real quick because it just makes my computer a little bit slower. Oh, London, Shaheed, Henderson, Chuba. How many of these guys do you need? I'm playing Thielen and Lamb at receiver. I'm playing Barkley and Chuba at running back. And then my flex is going to be Darrell Henderson. Please help me. Should I start Isaiah Pacheco or DeAndre Hopkins full PPR? I beg you. I beg you. I would go... Personally, I'm going... I'm going Pacheco. Don't get too cute here. We're going Pacheco. All right. Don't know if this question got answered right, but start 2 running backs and 1 flex. Tony Pollard, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Deontay Johnson. Just play all the running backs. Play Barkley, Pollard, and Henry. DeMarcado or Henderson. Burks is a flex since they're going to focus on D-Hop. I'm not playing Burks, dude. I'm not playing Burks. Thanks, Nick. No problem. I would not do that trade personally. I just started getting into betting and have only used 1 app. I'll have to check out Underdog soon. Yeah, Underdog is legal in a lot of the states where sports betting isn't legal. Underdog is not legal in New Jersey to place. I don't know if it's legal in New York anymore. At the beginning of the season, I was going to New York to place my bets. So I would drive. It wasn't that far away. It's like 20 minutes from my house. All right. Let's see here. Tyron, I like. Let me see here. I like it, Tyron. The only problem, one thing I will tell you guys, is if you need if you like are trying to like actually like build a bankroll, Tyron, what I would tell you is not to do like the 8-leg things and just do like 3 or 4 legs. But if you're just hunting for the upside, right? If you're just trying to make like $2,500 for $25, then I think all those picks should hit realistically. But if you want to be a little bit safer, what you can do is just do like 3-leg parlays on there and then just keep building your balance up that way. It's way easier to hit 3 compared to 8 if you got to hit all of them. But again, I'm not saying that it's crazy. I'm in Cali, so I have to use Jake Paul's app, but we love Underdog on here. That's true. You got to use the Jake Paul app. I didn't even know that was the Jake Paul app. That was pretty funny. Beta. Notorious Fantasy is goated. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, everyone needs a little Notorious Fantasy in their life. Can I pay through PayPal? Like, see, the problem is, just ask your question right now, because I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if there's a way to write something in PayPal to where I would get the question, and I don't want you to send me a PayPal and then not get your question answered. So just ask your question in here. There's not many people super chatting, so I'm able to get a lot more of the normal questions answered. I appreciate all you guys, regardless if you can super chat or not. You guys all mean the world to me. I love you guys all. All right, that makes sense. Thank you, Nikki. No problem. No problem. Is Levis going to put his thing down this week? I hope so. I hope so. I've lived in Texas my entire life. I finally get to bet with Underdog Fantasy. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I in New Jersey, everything is legal. Crack. No, just kidding. No, just every single book is legal in New Jersey. I put old Tony down the street out of work, you know. The Italians were pissed when they the sports betting became legal here. All right. Back to answering questions here. I'm gonna do 2 4-leg parlays. That makes sense. Yeah, if you just, it's way easier. Like, the 8-leg parlays can hit. Like, it's not fucking impossible for the 8-leg parlay to hit, but it's way easier to hit a 4-leg parlay or 3-leg parlay. Almost game time. Later, Nick. See you, Brian. Full PPR, are we starting Downs or Rice? I'd start Downs. Sorry for the long message. I have Hurts, Smith. Your team looks pretty good, Daniel. Team looks pretty good. What's up, Rolando? Nice to see you as always. Foreman or AJ Dillon? I'd play Foreman. I'm going to be honest with you. I believe that this is going to be the week where Aaron Jones finally starts to see the touches. Is it actually true? Is it not true? Who knows, right? Who knows if he actually will or not, but I think this is the week, so I'd go with Foreman. I got to check my actual fantasy rosters in a couple of seconds, because what I normally do is wait till the very last second, and then what happens is I don't have enough time, and then my team ends up looking like a steaming pile of dog shit because I waited too long. And I start the wrong guys. Like, I benched Breece Hall last week when I should have started him. I lost because of it. I'm too busy helping you guys out. Screwing myself over. Start Deontay even if Downs plays. Italians are passive-aggressive sweethearts. That's true. Herein, Justin Jefferson is choosing to stay on season-ending injury reserve with no Kirk Cousins thoughts. I have not heard that. If you have players in your live tonight, just don't watch. Strategy I've learned to win. I've found that if I do not watch the game, my players normally play like shit. Like, if I don't watch, the Dolphins lose every single time. So I gotta watch. And the one time I left my house to watch a Dolphins game, I went to my friend Connor's house, and that was the night. The one time I fucking left was the day when Tua got sent to the Shadow Realm against the Bengals, and he got that crazy concussion. So never leaving my house again. That's what I learned. Never leaving my house when the Dolphins play. Never. That would suck for his owner's Death Lord. Got to bounce. Your show's the best, Nick. Thank you. Thank you, Ruben. Have a good one. Myers or Godwin? I would go Godwin. I got offered Bijan Robinson and Thielen for my Cup and St. Brown. Should I take it? I mean, I don't want to take it, but I think I would, because you need a running back. So yeah, I would do it. Based on the team you have really good receivers, great running backs. I would do it. PPR need one wide receiver and one flex. Puka, Higgins, Jones, Singletary, Roshan, and DeMarcado. I would go with Puka, and I'd go Teehee Higgins. Need a running back. Should I drop Michael Thomas for Singletary? Yes. Nick, how's your lady? Did y'all dress up for Halloween? She's doing good, and yes, we did. Yes, we did. We dressed up. I was Tua, and she was the Lombardi Trophy. So, that's what's happening at the end of the year. Tua's winning the Lombardi. You heard it here first, folks. We're obviously going to win at the end of the year. I hope so, because, man, being a Dolphins fan my whole life, I just need one win. And singular Super Bowl would be good enough. And you know what? We haven't even won a playoff game my whole lifetime. So one playoff win would actually be good enough for me. But I really want the Super Bowl. Never get out of the boat. I don't watch my opponent's players. I don't even know who my opponents are playing half the time. That's one thing that will really stress you out. If you start watching for your opponent's players, you'll start really stressing. So I just kind of don't pay attention to that. That friend of yours, Connor, is bad luck. He's not bad luck. He's a good man. But going to his house during the game was bad luck. That's why I always sit at home and watch the games. I don't like going anywhere. I also don't like going where I can't fucking completely focus on the game, because most people, they just have red zone, and I'm trying to watch the Dolphins game and red zone at once. That's why I got two televisiones. So that's why I just like watching at home. And again, nowadays it's so cheap to get a fucking another TV. My other TV is a 57-inch nice ass TV. It was $300. Levis or Baker? Baker. You think Spears could rush for 22 yards this week? I think so, but I wouldn't say that it's a guarantee. I traded Jefferson before the Kirk Cousins injury. I look like the smartest person on the planet. Death Lord's a genius here. Rashi, Rice, Marquise Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, or Gabe Davis. I go Hopkins. Bro, please answer my question. I can't write it again. All right. I thought I did answer it, though. Travis. Did I not? Did I not? All right, let's see. I'll try to find your question and answer for you. Giddy up. Let's go. I just realized why my shit was lagging. It's because I had another session of my stream open. We have 117 likes. Everyone in chat, hit the like button. It is free, and it brings you 17 years of good luck. It's the easiest smash you'll ever get, man. Just smashing that like button like it owes you some money. It's free, and it helps me out a ton. Good evening. See you later, DC. And I'm just waiting to answer a question here from Travis. I'm just waiting for the questions to all load because my computer is very, very slow. You hate to see it. It's only slow because I'm streaming, and it takes up, I don't know, it just takes up CPU power. All right. All right. Let's try to find it now. You smashed? Thank you. You always got to smash. Hulk smash, baby. All right. Travis's question was, it's in all caps. Will my chat let me scroll up far enough to find it? The answer right now is looking like no. Is there any shot you can type it again? Because I cannot find it. The thing is, YouTube chat, after a certain amount of time, if you type 2 minutes ago, it's just gone. It's in the fucking ether on my phone, on my computer. And I apologize for that. Not as easy as the Reddit dude's wife. That's true. I smashed the like, just like that Reddit guy. PPR, pick one. DeMario Douglas, Zach Moss, or Tank Dell. Thanks. I would play Zach Moss. McLaurin versus Belichick. I'd play McLaurin. I'd play Jacoby over Deontay. Dotson, Dell, or Palmer. I'd go Dotson. McBride or Taysom. I'd go Taysom. All right. Howell or Levis? Howell. Gabe Davis or Pickens? Gabe Davis. Andrew, thank you for the super chat, my man. I really appreciate it. All right. Thank you, Travis. I got you. I'll answer it this time. Don't you worry. I apologize that I didn't get it the first time. I don't know why that happens. All right. What the fuck? All right. Andrew says, Ford, Wilson, Jr., or Singletary. My running backs are trash. I have Pacheco. I'm just worried about Ford's reps. I'm worried about Ford's reps as well. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really trust any of those other guys at all. Like, I know there's a chance that Ford just ends up being awful, right? Like, there's a chance that Ford... Here, wait 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So there's a chance that Ford ends up just getting completely cucked over by the Kareem Hunt, by the rest of the offense. But I also think that it would be kind of crazy to play anyone else over Ford, knowing that Ford could be seeing a decent amount of touches. Like, there should be a lot more Ford potentially this week compared to last week, because he was coming off of a pretty, like, that ankle shit is not like a joke. It's pretty serious. So what I would do is just play Ford. I mean, I don't trust Jeff Wilson at all. Like, the Dolphins use Ahmed. They use Mostert. They use Wilson. And look, Wilson could score. He might end up being the highest scorer, but I think your safest bet's Ford. I think Ford's probably the safest bet out of those guys to score a touchdown. I think even if Dameon Pierce doesn't play, like, let's be honest with you, we all know that Devin Singletary isn't very good. I was personally a Devin Singletary guy last year. I talked myself into him despite the fact that I knew that he sucked because he was on the Bills, but now I know he sucks and he's on the Texans, a significantly worse team. So I don't want to try to overthink things here. And I get Ford's banged up. I get this, that, and the other thing. But I think if you're going away from, Ford, I think it's just getting a little bit too cute, in my opinion. So personally, I would just play Ford. I think you might be overthinking things here if you don't play Ford. So I'm going Ford. Again, if you had to play someone else like Andrew, if you are set on, I don't want to play Ford, I'm worried about his reps, play Singletary. He's going to get you 10 points, but I think Ford could get you 25. And that's why I would lean his way. So that's how we are looking tonight. We are going with Ford. All right. The Carolina Nurse, start 2. Pittman, Smith, or D-Hop? That's a great question. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for being a nurse as well. No one really gives nurses, doctors, all these people a lot of credit, but they deserve it. A lot of that stuff is stuff that I would never want to do. So, a lot of credit. So, with that said, the Carolina Nurse, thank you for the super chat. My answer to that question would be you got to play Pittman. Got to play Pittman because he's very safe, and you got to play Pittman because the upside's there every single week. Then the question is Smith or D-Hop. Now D-Hop, I think, is actually a safer play than Smith weekly because of the fact that I think that DeAndre Hopkins is more safe than Smith because I just feel like there's more guaranteed targets there. But Smith has like the game-breaking upside, right? We saw it last week. We've seen it in the past where Smith could just have this huge game where he puts the team on his back, has a huge performance, and he's straight up the reason why you win, right? The reason why you won that week is because you started Devontae Smith. And for that reason alone, that's why I would lean with Smith over D-Hop. Again, I don't necessarily think that D-Hop is a bad play by any means, but I would definitely go Smith over D-Hop. So I'm going Pittman, and I am going to go with Smith. So let me just type out one more thing here real quick, and then we are going to close things out here, not by leaving the stream, obviously, because there's still 8 minutes until lock, but by answering the rest of the questions here. So I appreciate all you guys. Again, my answer would be Pittman and Devontae Smith. All right. I am waiting on Travis's question. The question is Travis's question getting blocked because it's in all caps? If you typed in all caps, that might be why it's not showing up in chat. Because YouTube does this thing, well, they'll just block your ass. Not anything I'm doing. They just do it. Thanks, man. No problem, Carolina Nurse. I appreciate you. Death Lord, Tyreek Hill, put up 50-plus fantasy points this week against the Chiefs in a revenge game. I hope so. As a Dolphins fan, I hope so. That would be sick. That would make me very, very happy. I hope so. All right. I see his question now. I need a win. 3-5. He's got K1, Henry, Saquon, DK, Tank, Ferguson, Doug, Dickerson. He's got Atlanta, defense. He's got T-Law, A-Chain, Laporta, Charbonnet. If K1 can't go, or Danny, I would probably go with Daniel Jones, personally, because I think Daniel Jones has the most amount of upside. That's what I would do. I would go with Daniel Jones. I don't think Kyler's going to play, so I think you're kind of stuck going Daniel Jones. Man, my one fantasy team is so fucking loaded that I have no idea who to start. At receiver, I have DJ Moore, CeeDee Lamb, Deontay Johnson, and Puka, and T. Higgins. So that's going to be a tough question for myself to answer. All right, and then just make sure I don't have anyone Thursday. I got Jalen Warren, but I'm not going to play him. Deontay, Devonta, or Thielen? I'd play Thielen and Devonta personally. What's up, Spock? What's up, Green Eye Bandit? How you doing, man? Half PPR, Higgins or Hunt or Deontay Johnson? Need one. I would play Deontay Johnson. Are we starting Deontay Johnson over DJ Moore? Yes. Start Will Levis or Justin Herbert this week? I would start Justin Herbert. Don't get cute. Now, again, I like Will Levis this week, but you are drastically galaxy braining shit if you do that. Here's this guy's question. One of the Patreons just asked a question. I need to answer him because they pay $7.50 a month. So, they get priority here. No problem. All right. Back on into things here. All right. Yeah, Justin Herbert over Levis again. Don't try to get super cute. Start Will Levis or Herbert. Herbert. Tank, Downs, or Roshan on the flex. I would go Downs. My husband pouts for an hour every Thursday while I'm here. You hate to see it. Just tell him you're having a fun time, right? You're enjoying your experience on a wonderful Thursday night. Does your husband watch football? I always think it's very interesting. Now, I'm not going to say that because that'll come off as, I'm just going to say it anyways, because some people will say, oh my God, that's so sexist. I always find it very interesting when there are women that watch football and then their husband doesn't watch football. Now, again, some people say, Nick, that's sexist. It's not meant to be. I just always found that interesting. And that's okay if your husband doesn't watch football. What the fuck? Okay, my camera's better now. Muhammad, thank you for the super chat. Full PPR. Deontay Johnson, Godwin, or Ramondre in the flex. The rest of the team is Kamara, Brees, Olave, and Nico. Thank you, Hart. Thank you. I appreciate you. What I would do is I would personally play. I'm going Godwin. Godwin's been on a roll. I think Deontay Johnson and Godwin are pretty comparable. See, I like Ramondre Stevens. I think Ramondre Stevens is gonna do decent, but I would be avoiding Ramondre Stevenson like the goddamn bubonic plague, right? If I don't have to play Ramondre Stevenson, I'm throwing the grenade and ducking in the bunker, right? I don't want anything to do with Ramondre Stevenson. So what I'm gonna do is play Godwin. I think Godwin and Johnson are the two safest bets, and I think Godwin has slightly more upside than Deontay Johnson. Now, Deontay Johnson's a guy that I'm playing tonight in my leagues. I think Deontay Johnson's going to have a pretty solid performance, but I'm not elated to play Deontay Johnson tonight. So I would lean Godwin over Johnson. It is close. It's very, very close, but I would lean with Deontay Johnson personally. I think in that one league where my team is loaded, I have Deontay Johnson as well. I got to make sure. Yeah, I got him in. So it's a hard knock life for me right now, but I'm going Godwin for sure. Again, I don't want to try to overthink things, galaxy brain myself here. So I'm going to go Godwin. In PPR, do y'all like Algier or Spears? I'd play Algier. I don't like either of them, but I'd play Algier. And that's funny, Caitlin. Should I accept? Someone offered Mark Andrews for Jerome Ford and Ridley. I would rather have Andrews. I would definitely rather have Andrews. All right. Flex Rice or Flowers? Flowers. Tickle My Heineke, I think, is a better quarterback. In PPR, do I play Algier or Spears? I play Algier. Nick, please help. Pick 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex. Bijan, Mixon, Ford, Pacheco, receivers, Flowers, Deontay, Lockett, Puka, Palmer, Wilson, Watson. I would go Bijan and Mixon. I would go Flowers and Deonta, and my flex is Pacheco. Puka or Josh Palmer? I'd go Puka, Veronica. Addison or Jameson Williams, Addison in standard. Gus Edwards or Zach Moss, Gus Edwards. D-Hop or Deonta, I'd go D-Hop. Full PPR, D-Hop or Deonta. Greetings from Germany. Guten Tag. You going to the Dolphins game on Sunday? D-Hop. Guten Tag. Anyone see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie? I watched it. Still Stevenson over Hunt standard. I agree with you. I watched it on the Peacock as well. I have Lockett and Devonta Smith. I'm looking to get rid of one of them. I would look to trade Lockett. Deonta, Devonta, or Thielen. I would go Thielen and Devonta. Do I hold Cup or try and trade him? I would hold Cup. And I didn't think the Five Nights at Freddy's movie was as bad as people said it was. It's not a good movie, but it's like kind of funny. Like, and it doesn't go like. I played Five Nights at Freddy's when I was like 14 years old. I'm 24 now. It was a lot different than I thought it would be. That's all I'll say about it. It was definitely a fucking experience. Very weird experience. Wasn't bad though. It was a pretty good movie. I thought it was okay. Like a lot of people like to shit on things like that, but I thought it was fun. Trade Deontay Johnson, Nico Collins for Metcalf. I would rather have Deontay Johnson and Collins. Higgins or Downs. Higgins. Waddle or Deonta, Waddle. 2 out of the group, I'd go Dotson and I'd go Watson. Who do you think is a good defense start this week? The Browns. There's a couple of other good ones. The Falcons. Got A-Chain on my IR with Mostert. Any trade value? Yeah. Talk to me creepy. So what I would do is I would look to move Mostert, if I'm being honest with you, right? Let Mostert have his good game on Sunday. Hopefully, Sunday morning, and then you just trade him. Look, I love Mostert, but I'm going to be honest with you. A-Chain has way more upside. So I'm getting rid of Mostert. I think Mostert has a decent amount of trade value. I think Mostert is still good when A-Chain's there. I really do. I think Mostert right now, like, I think you can get someone better if you trade Mostert. So if you trade Mostert away, I think the piece you will get back is better than A-Chain's piece that you get back. And I think they're pretty comparable on a week in, week out basis. The second A-Chain's back off the bye week, he's a must start. He's a guy that's going to be ranked inside the top 10. He's going to be a guy that I'm banging the fucking drum for. So yeah, I would trade Mostert though. I still like Mostert and A-Chain. I would like both of them. But I would personally trade Mostert away. And I would just be looking for a better receiver or a better running back. Like it's very easy to trade guys that are that skilled, in my opinion. Last question, Raiders or Bills defense? I'd go with the Raiders. Thank you for answering. No problem. McLaurin or Moss? McLaurin. Trade Deontay Johnson? No, I'm not doing that trade personally. Max Crosby versus the Giants O-line. Did anyone see that Max Crosby video that was just posted on Twitter? Now, he didn't say anything crazy, but it looked like he was about to say something crazy. That's what I'll leave it at. I'm not going to say what he said because that's how you get canceled off the goddamn fucking face of the earth. But what he almost said would have been something you can't say. Should I drop Ford for Henderson? I would not. Remember that I said K1 will start week 9. Announced on Saturday. Watch. All right. I'll remember. Sorry I missed it. Schultz, Logan Thomas, Ferguson, McBride, start 1. Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going Ferguson, Mr. Tyler. Thank you for always stopping by the stream. I appreciate you. Half PPR, started Yahoo Prize League week 6. I'm 0-3. You save your season by not overthinking. Just stick with the team you got. Your team actually looks really good, so I don't think you need to really panic. Pickens or D-Hop? D-Hop. Love the content. Keep it up, bro. Thank you. Ravens or Saints defense? Saints. You like the Browns this week? Yes. Good luck to all tonight. Thank you. I'm turning into an old person. Me too. Thanks, Nick. No problem. Half PPR. Yeah, Muhammad. You know what I'm talking about. Half PPR, Godwin or Collins. That is exactly what he said. He said exactly what Muhammad typed to the chat. It didn't look good. Is there an app that auto sets your lineups? I don't know. I wish that existed. Like, I wish I could throw my rankings, like my PDF that's on Patreon, not the PDF, like the Excel sheet, and it would just put my lineups in for me. So I'd have to sit there every single fucking Sunday, meticulously, and Thursday, meticulously sitting there like some cocksucker trying to set my lineup. Danta, Evans, Aaron Jones need one. I would go Evans. Thanks, Nick, no problem. Herbert or Connor to stash until they are healthy. I would rather have Connor. King Henry, please go off. I think he may. So thank y'all for watching. Did it lock yet? I never know if today's game, it's 8:15, not 8:20. So the game already started. I hope you guys all enjoy. I love you guys all so much. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your guys' day. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. I didn't answer your question. Did I not? What an asshole I am. What a cocksucker. Godwin or Collins? It's Godwin, DJV. It's Godwin. All right. Yeah, go ahead, Tyron. Go ahead. Thanks, Nick, Spock, and Fantasy Fam. Good luck this week. Stay blessed. See you guys. Eat that W. See you guys later. Godwin over Collins for sure. Trade Saquon for Devontae and A-Chain. Yes. Thanks, Nick and Spock. Have a good one. Yeah. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you guys on Sunday with the live stream. See you guys tomorrow morning with a video. Thank you. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate it. Travis, are you actually blind is the real question. If you are blind, you're pretty good at typing. That was a fucking stupid comment. So if you are actually blind, I apologize for that joke. Good luck to all, and all a good night. Travis is a great man. I appreciate you staying. Appreciate everyone in the chat. I love all you guys. I'm going to exit out of this stream, go watch the game, but I do love you guys. Make sure you guys have a good one. Make sure that you have a good night. I love all you guys. Thank you, John. Love you too. See you guys very, very shortly in the morning with a video, and then we'll be live again. Yes, not dark yet. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Wow. See, I don't know how, I'm dumb. I don't know how blindness works. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought you just couldn't see at all. I'm going to have to do some research. That's really cool. That's awesome. Not necessarily that's awesome that you're blind, because I'm sure you wish you weren't blind. But again, I'm going to talk myself into you like hating me for some reason, because I'm talking myself into a circle here. Where is Muhammad's comment? Muhammad said exactly what Max Crosby said. This is exactly what Max Crosby said. He said, y'all, N, and then he waited a while, E to show up. And it sounded like he was going to say something else. That's all. So I'll see you guys later. I love you guys. Genuinely appreciate all you guys. Shout out to everyone who's been in the chat. Shout out Tyron. Shout out Travis, John, DJV, Jeremiah, Caitlin, Charles, Jimmy, Muhammad, Dave, I Can't Fix Your Copier, Gorilla Kid, Jordan, Ricky. Love all you guys. God bless. See you guys soon. Adios, mis amigos.